All right, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Eric, and this is the other CEDH, where the C stands for casual. We're your one-stop shop for all things casual kitchen table Magic the Gathering. Thank you for joining me here today. All right, so let's dive right into this ban list announcement. Paradox Engine and Iona Shield of Emeria. I know that there are a lot of opinions out there in the Commander world on this topic. I tried to do a recording about this earlier and let some of my personal feelings get in the way, but that is not what you guys expect from this channel. We're here to appeal to all players of this wonderful game, and most importantly, to provide a welcoming place to beginners in the Commander format and hope they have an enjoyable, fun, encouraging, and positive play experience. Now, my thoughts on this are going to be as a content creator that is trying to reach a certain audience, the audience of newer Commander players. Regarding the ban on Iona and Paradox Engine, I will only say the following. You guys don't need those cards. You guys just don't need them. If you are new to EDH, new to Commander, you do not need to be playing the Una Tier 1 competitive deck with your Dramatic Scepter combo or your Paradox Engines. Well, you can't play your Paradox Engines because they just got banned. Or even the Deadeye Navigator Peregrine Drake combo. Regarding the Paradox Engine ban, there are still plenty of ways left in the format to do the sorts of things that you want to do with Paradox Engine. And I personally never play Paradox Engine, so to me, it getting banned isn't that big of a deal. Now, I know that for some people out there, this is a huge deal, and I think it maybe stems from the fact that as a whole, people do not like to be told what they can and cannot do. But the fact remains that the Rules Committee decided as a whole that this was maybe not the sort of thing that was healthy for the format. And to me, if you're leaning so heavily on one card that it gets banned and all of a sudden you're going to be upset that you can't play that way anymore, this is kind of confusing to me because, first of all, you absolutely can play that way. But I think people that need to play that way and need everyone else at the table to play that way, quite frankly, I think it brings an air of toxicity to the table. I think that seeing as how this is a social format, it is incumbent upon all of us to treat this as a social gathering, and as a polite human at a social gathering, there is a certain social contract that it behooves us all to follow. Now, it's been said that if you're playing with a group of people that still want to play Paradox Engine, and the social contract among all the players in that game and at that table is that they want to run Paradox Engine, then you know what? By all means, they should still play Paradox Engine. The ban list doesn't change the game in that regard. But what those adds to the ban list actually did, I think, is it created a new conversation at the table. Not even a new conversation. It created an old conversation that I think Commander tables desperately need more of. I've sat at Commander tables where we needed to have this conversation before the game, and we didn't. I got crushed in those games because I didn't know what I was getting into, and I was almost looked down upon for my choices in deck selection strategy and for how I was expecting to play that game. I'm sitting over here with my Goreclaw Terror of Qualsisma deck, just wanting to drop big green creatures and then just, beat everybody up. Woohoo! And here I am sitting across from Kiki Jiki and Una, and some Super Spike combos off on turn 3, and I haven't even played my commander yet. Guys, if there is someone out there that experiences this, if you're that Una player sitting across from that Goreclaw player, reach out to that player and just explain what it is they're getting into. Just tell them, look, I don't know how your deck runs, but the decks at this table, run pretty fast and this can get a little heated. Just be prepared if this game ends fairly abruptly. Or something like that. Anything. You don't have to use those words exactly. Just be an upstanding citizen and be honest with all the other players at the table, no matter their skill level or experience. I think that Iona being banned should also be looked at not as the banning of a card, but the start of a conversation. Iona's card says that when she enters the battlefield, name a color, and players can't cast spells of the chosen color. This is, more often than not, solely just to piss one person off at the table, which seems like a total waste to me. Sure, if you regularly play with a group of people and you know the meta really well, it's a sort of thing that can be funny to do to a certain player if they've crushed you with a deck one too many times. We're looking at you, Cranko. But by and large, Iona is not the sort of thing that I myself would want to do to a group on a regular basis because, again, it breeds that toxicity and takes some of the fun out of the game for some players. And if you're not playing Magic the Gathering and you're not having fun, then you're missing the whole point of the game. Okay, so just real quick, those are my thoughts on the situation. They're probably going to be unpopular, but I don't really care. That was what I had to say. I'm here trying to spread a message of encouragement and positivity among the community, and I think that us not having those sorts of conversations is not the way to encourage newer players, which is the crowd that we're trying to draw in with this channel. Again, I think we need to look at this not as these new adds to the ban list. We need to look at it not as Wizards taking cards away from us, but they're encouraging us to come together and talk about this sort of thing. And if you don't walk away from this with anything else, please walk away from this with this message in your hearts. And I hope you spread this to the hearts of all players, old and new alike. Please just talk to each other. Be social. Be decent human beings. Talk about the way that you want to play the game and find other people that will want to play the game that way too. And then you know what? Just play the hell out of this game, no matter how you like playing it. You want to keep playing with Paradox Engine? That's totally fine. You go right ahead. I don't like playing that way, and I'm going to go play at a different table with a different group of people. But I love that you like to play that way, and I hope that you find people that want to play that way too. But for now, I'm going to sit down with my buddy Dan. He'll play his deck that has Zedru the Great-Hearted, and I'll play my Amanatu deck. You know, maybe I'll drop a Psychic Battle and use Amanatu to lock him out of the game for a while. But maybe I'll lock myself out too. I don't know. Maybe I screw up and Dan gets rid of my Psychic Battle, and then he plays Exitron, and then he kills me. Who knows? Guys, please just, again, if you don't take anything else away from this, take away this message and please spread it to the community at large, because I think it's a message that we don't hear often enough. Guys, just please communicate and play the damn game. Play it however the hell you want to play it. Just make sure you're all playing it the same way together. Make sure that you're all having fun together. Make sure that you're all creating memories together. And make sure that you are enjoying the game together. Alright, so that about wraps up my thoughts on this ban list announcement. I'm really curious to see the amount of hate mail that I'm going to get for this one. But I am also very excited to announce that the other CEDH now has a Twitter page, so if any of you are on Twitter, pop over to Twitter and come check us out. I'll put a link in the show notes down below. Also, don't be afraid to hit us up on Facebook or just drop by the channel and come say hi. Also, feel free to smash that like button and subscribe. Again, my name is Eric, this is the other CEDH, and we will see you guys next time.